there's working from home, technical things that we've all had to learn, and I'm sure you all agree, just even attending a virtual meeting like this has been new to all of us, and it's something that I think we'll all use in the future. And actually, yes, it's going to be good to meet up and get together as in groups and for events. But this really allows us to still connect and not feel isolated, and still be able to reach out and support and get support as well. And that's something that we've certainly been doing last year and constantly through the beginning of this year. And I can't believe, like Kerry said, it's going to be March next week. It's just crazy. It's the third month. So I'm a regional manager for Look Good Feel Better. I look after the Midlands. However, part of my region, because it's a little bit wonky, goes all the way down to Norfolk and Norwich, which to me is a blessing, because I get to go to those lovely areas around Kings Lynn, Norwich, Great Yarmouth. And I've got my wonderful team leader in the session tonight, Donna, so I'll give you a big wave. I've seen you earlier, which is lovely. And part of my job working for Look Good Feel Better is to make sure that we're able to offer our free support services for anybody with a cancer diagnosis in as many locations as possible where it's relevant and where we can afford to do it. So you know, there's a huge support needed, obviously, in Norfolk and Norwich, and certainly, you know, my heart always goes out to some of the rural areas that sometimes miss out on some of that support, or they're not able to get to some of the main hospitals in order to take advantage of that. So that's why we're able to really go right out there to Great Yarmouth, Norwich, and also Kings Lynn, so that triangle of support is there. So we're really proud to offer that in your location. So Look Good Feel Better. Has anybody heard of Look Good Feel Better before? I'm happy for you to nod if you don't want to unmute. Yeah, good. And actually, Look Good Feel Better is 27 years old this year, 27 years young. It's as old as my oldest daughter, actually. So, and we've been running sessions all over the UK for women with cancer diagnoses, obviously for 27 years. It started in the Royal Free in London, and like everything, slowly crept out of London. And I was one of the first beauty volunteers actually to support at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Birmingham, where I worked as a clinique consultant in Rackham's, Birmingham. And I remember to this day, the big burly Scottish store manager came down to the beauty hall and said, right, I need some of my, my top makeup girls to go up to it's not very good Scottish accent, to go up to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital and do some makeup for some ladies that were poorly. But I didn't really know what that looked like, what that was about, until we got there. And I soon realised that it was products that were given to ladies with the beauty team supporting, to really have a lovely couple of hours, to make a difference, to really help to manage, those side effects that treatment can cause, which obviously, as we know, is loss of eyelashes, eyebrows sometimes, loss of confidence and feeling less feminine. And we deliver these workshops all over the UK through industry professionals, whether that's working directly for a brand, makeup artists, beauty therapists, to help support. And we have teams, as I say, all over the UK running those sessions. So like I say, we had our services just for women at the beginning, but as you can see here, not only do we run events for women, but also now for men over the last few years, and also teenagers, young adults, and over the last 12 months we've been developing a virtual service, which really I'll be talking to you about that today in order to hopefully help some of you get involved. So for women, like I say, it's to help combat those visible sides of treatment. For men, we're reaching out to give them support on shaving, skincare, sun protection, scarring advice, getting them together to have a bit of a chat and a bit of banter. They all seem to kind of love it. For us in the Norwich and Norfolk area, we would run a men's session in Norwich, because that's obviously the main centre, and it would be the same with the teens and young adults, so that's the young teenage girls and teen lads, basically under 25s we call it. So in order to be kind of PC, young adults programme, which is brilliant. And then obviously, like I say, we've just started to do our virtual. We've also got a great website. In fact, we've just updated our website over the last few weeks and added and taken away bits and pieces just to keep it current, keep it relevant, to be able to offer everything we possibly can. We've got tutorials on there, how to recreate eyebrows. We've got tutorials on there, finding the right wigs, nail, head coverings, scarf tying, head scarves, etc. We've got some really good beauty ambassadors that support us. So Charles Worthington and Philip Kingsley are our hair ambassadors, and we also work alongside Cancer Hair Care as well. So there's some really informative bits and pieces on the website. We've even got tutorials for men. Not that I'm sure they'll need to know how to shave properly, but we've got some experts on there that really help guys think about preventing ingrowing hairs, soreness. And don't forget, we all know how our skin changes or has changed during treatment. It's the same with men. Their skin can get really sore, really dry. So it's really important that we brought a service for them. And it's been really successful in Norwich, actually. We've ran 2 in Norwich last year. And the same with the teenagers, actually. The teenagers, they need to be relevant. The language for the young adults need to be appropriate and in keeping, and in for them to be able to really kind of the language and understanding makeup, and it's all got to be on their level, their kind of talk about contouring, highlighting, priming, what they're going to be able to listen to and get something out of it a little bit different. So like I say, we've got some new services, and this is just a short clip of the things that we did last year to start launching our services virtually at a time where we weren't able to touch.
I went to a Look Good Feel Better just after my first chemo. So yeah, it was really good. It was really nice to go to something positive instead of something that involved needles and scan and diagnosis.
All right, for me.
So what I've got is I've got 2 cotton pads here, which I'm going to dunk in one of my bowls of water.
Do you shave against the grain or do you just shave with the grain?
What we're going to do is we're going to get our pencil and we're going to just fill them in. So you can just really naturally go over the hair in sort of light feathery strokes and just draw them in.
Mhm. I love that. That's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. We do our little videos so well, but when you put people together in those kind of little images and videos, it says it all. You know, it's relaxed, it's fun. We're talking about things that are concerning to us, but actually it's all done with in a really relaxed environment. There's no pressure, and everyone comes away feeling a little bit supported and learning some tips and techniques, getting a bit of advice. So the virtual services, we've been able to really think about the other services that we would love to offer. And last year, yes, we lost, you know, 70% of our income in terms of our fundraising, but it gave us the gift of time. And you know, we need to look at last year as a positive in terms of the time that we had to really develop ourselves as a charity, and we certainly have done with our new services. And as I said to you before, our virtual workshops offer the ability for everybody to connect about their main concerns. And obviously one of the main concerns for ladies is hair loss. Or in our workshops, quite often, ladies will ask questions like, when can I colour my hair? When can I use heated items on my hair? Or my hair's growing back curly, can I straighten it? What are the best products to use? What would you use on an itchy scalp, for example? As well as the obvious things like wigs, headwear, scarves, etc. And scalp cooling, you know, that's always a question that comes up, even if it's an option that hasn't been taken up. Sometimes we still want those questions answered. So linking together with another charity, Cancer Hair Care, who are extremely thorough and professional, they can really answer all of those questions. And it's a dedicated 2 hours that really go into the detail and answer all those questions. You've got an opportunity to book a one-to-one consultation with Cancer Hair Care after our session, and apply for a free gift back of hair products that they recommend as well, because having those recommendations from the experts are worth their weight in gold. So these sessions are not very often at the moment. They're about once a month, and they do fill up quite quickly. So if you're, you know, yourself or you know anybody else, go onto our website, and that is the best way to access the dates and to be able to book on to a virtual session. Another thing that we decided to do was a nail care workshop, because again, we know nails are one of the things that are affected by treatment for cancer. And in actual fact, I learned something yesterday. I was sat in on a Jennifer Young presentation, and she's a scientist and beauty therapist who has really looked into the reasons why we can go to a beauty therapist and fill out a disclaimer, and it says, no, you can't have a massage, no, you can't have this. And in the end, most people end up just having their nails painted, because again, it's, you know, insurance, but there's no proof that a lot of these treatments can't be had when you're having treatment. And she's an amazing lady, Jennifer Young. She's got a website, but Jennifer spoke yesterday about one of the reasons when you're having treatment for cancer that it affects the nails is because nails and hair are fast growing cells in our body. And it was a way that obviously some of the treatment targets that. So unfortunately, our hair and our nails are one of those areas that unfortunately can be affected. So we now run these amazing nail care workshops. Again, they're very relaxed and informative. We don't offer a kit or a pack to help you with that. We just give you a list of all the things we like you to bring with you. And most people have got handbags or drawers or in their coat pockets with maybe a nail file, maybe a hand cream, you know, a nail colour, etc., and some bits and pieces. And we can talk about, you know, hiding the discoloration and the ridges, looking after your nails during treatment, the do's and don'ts, so that you can very easily give yourself a little manicure, and you know what products that you can invest in that are going to make a difference, etc. So again, it's fun, it's relaxed, and they are our workshops for nail care. We're doing them more often than the hair care ones, so certainly you can get one. We're doing 2 or 3 a month now. We've just trained some new nail technicians, volunteer nail technicians up, that aren't your normal nail technicians. They're the ones that obviously go into support in hospitals, or they have that background to support as volunteers with Look Good, Feel Better. So yes, they're very, very good. And body confidence, certainly with the men's sessions, the men have been massive advocates of talking about how their bodies have changed during treatment, and we know that some of our ladies that have had treatment for breast cancer or surgery for breast cancer, their bodies change, their confidence changes. Even ladies that have lost their hair, or the hair grows back and it's shorter, it's a different colour. Even just the cancer journey itself can change you as a person, and I'm sure you'll all agree with me. When you go through that, everything changes, and actually you think, well, who am I, and what do I want to wear now? What do I look good in? My mum, for example, has had bowel cancer, and she's got a stoma. So for her body image, the clothes that she wears, the you know, that all changed for her during her cancer journey. So our body confidence workshops are very new, and because we've been doing some trials and we've realised the mix of ladies that are in the sessions all have various different concerns. So we are going to have one for ladies that have had breast cancer, just because we've got something that's a bit more specific there, and then we'll do some other body confidence workshops for other areas. But they've been brilliant, and we've had some body image consultants that have made us look at the way, you know, celebrities and royalty dress and the colours that they go for and why they would choose that, and it makes us think. And I know years ago there used to be some kind of Colour Me Beautiful or whatever it was, and we all thought that's probably at the time where Tupperware was big as well. But it's true, colour, you know, we know when we wear colour. I mean, Kerry, you've got a beautiful pink top on, so you're, you know, feeling great and girl power tonight. And it's very, very true. And it's the same with our style and what suits our body shape as well. So watch out for that. They're going to be updated on our website. But again, any questions you've got on that, you can ask directly via our website. I haven't got dates or answers as to when they're going to be coming up, but they're very, very good and very beneficial. So, as I said, our website has been updated. We've also included now a patient booking service, so that actually you don't have to wait for a referral. You don't have to go back into hospital and try and speak to a cancer nurse specialist or Macmillan or the Big C or anything like that. You know, we've cut all of that red tape away and that inconvenience. So actually you can go onto our website and it will give you the dates and the locations, and you're able to take control and book some of those direct. You can still do it through the traditional way if you're not sure how to do it, or get somebody to help you, or email us and we'll get back to you. But it's given everybody the independence to go ahead and get that support instantly without having to wait for the hospital person to contact us. So that's our little presentation. So thank you for listening. And